Hi guys, so hopefully the camera is not crooked right now. I've been having really bad problems with trying to get right lighting and putting the tripod on the bed, which is really annoying. This is a tutorial on how to make an epic cuff. I know there's like one tutorial out on YouTube on it, and I've watched that before, and that's kind of how I learned, but I know that it can be really confusing for a lot of people, and so they don't really understand it. The one tutorial that is on YouTube, the girl's like making a lot bigger of an epic cuff, like a super epic cuff. And I know that's not what a lot of people are trying to make. And so I watched that and I kind of got an idea of what to make, but then I also looked at a ton of pictures of how girls made them, and I saw like how many X's were on it, and I had to figure out how many rows high to make it. So yeah, so I'm making this video to make it easier for anybody that wants to make just a regular normal size epic. This is an epic cuff, and I made this for a girl I'm doing a player package with. But basically it's a lot taller and thicker, and there's different layers on it and all kinds of stuff, so, and you can put decorations on the outside. So I'm going to be showing you how to make something similar to this. Let's get started. So first what you want to do is start with an X base cuff, and this one is a 3-row high one. So as you can see, there's 1X, 2X, 3. So it's a 3-row high X base cuff, and that's usually what you want for a regular epic cuff. And I will link a tutorial down below on how this is done, because there's another girl who does it and she does a really good job of explaining it. And so you basically need this to make an epic cuff. After you've made that, you're gonna want one of these, I'm not even sure what these are called. They're not sewing needles, it's like plastic needles, because it's gonna make it so much easier for you to make this to like string through the beads and all that stuff. If you don't have any string left over like I do, I have lots of string left over from the cuff. What you're going to do is either tie a string right here or string it through one of the top white beads, one of the middle beads. So this one is going through it right now, going through one of these top middle beads, the white beads. I strung it through earlier, and so now it's coming out of there. Okay, so now what you're going to do is take the colors you're using. I'm using these purple beads. Sorry if you see my feet. I'm going to be taking these purple beads, and what you're going to do is create another X. You're going to start another X, and it's just going to be layers of X's, which is pretty much what an epic cuff is. So you're going to put 2 beads of one color, and this is going to be the side of the X, and you're going to do 2 instead of 1 to make an X. And then you're going to take a center bead, which is this pink one I have right here. And so you're going to have this combination right here. You're going to have 2 beads, a center bead, and 2 more beads. And you're going to string that on like that. The way I like to do it is I like to skip over to this next one, because it just makes it so much easier. So you're just going to skip over to this next white bead and string it through. And make sure it's not all knotted up and stuff. So once you untangled it, it should make a kind of point like that. And you're going to do that all the way around. So I'll show you again. Put 2 beads, a center bead, and 2 more beads. And then I'm going to go to this next bead right here. And you're going to do that all the way around. I'm almost done. Now I'm going to string on my last few beads. 2, the middle bead, and 2. Now, what you're going to do is go through the white bead, just like you normally would. What you're going to do, and you have to make sure you do this with any kind of candy, is you're going to pull the string real tight. Because I made this mistake a long time ago. If you don't pull your beads tight, the cuff is just going to look really bad. And it's also going to weigh more, because the first epic cuff I made, I did not pull the string really tight, And so whenever I put it on, I couldn't wear it because it weighed too much on my arm. I felt like I was getting bruises on my arm because it was so heavy. So you gotta make sure that you pull really tight, because I can never wear that cuff now because it's so heavy. What you're gonna do after you tighten it, you're going to take the needle and string it through these 2 beads right here, so it's coming out of this pink one. String it through both those 2 and come out that pink one. And what I'm going to do right now, and you do this whenever you're kind of running out of string, is you tie it off. And what you can usually do is go under, which I did, go under and make a loop and then pull it through. Make sure it's not wrapped around, and you're gonna pull it tight. And you want to do this a couple times. So under, go under and make a loop and pull it through. Whenever you pull it tight, you don't want to pull too tight because sometimes you can break the string, and then it just, you gotta do it all over, and it's really, you should have something like this. It looks kind of funny, but it's gonna get better. So I'm gonna get some more string, and I got this at Joann's. I think it's the only place that sells it because I've gone to Michael's and Hobby Lobby and they don't have it. So the string is the best string to make cuffs with. I've tried to use really thick, strong string or the regular string, and it's too weak or too thick. So the string is perfect. It's like $20, but it's completely worth it. I just put a string through there, and then I just tie a knot with it. And I do that a couple times. And you want to make sure your string is pretty long, so you aren't tying strings every like 2 minutes. But you don't want it to be too long to where it's just like so ridiculous. I'm gonna string through here, these 2 beads, and go through the white one, because if you didn't tie the string off, you're still gonna be wanting to be coming out of that pink one like this. You're gonna be wanting to come out of one of the pink ones, the top. We're gonna start making one of the X's. So what you're gonna do is take one of those 2 bead colors. You're gonna string on 2 beads, like that. And what you're gonna do is string it through this one, which is right, the white bead right under the one that you have been stringing through. So this one, you're gonna string it through. And then you do it again with the next one. String on 2 beads, but this time you're going to be going up through this pink one, coming out, and it's going to start forming the little X's. String on 2 beads. This one you're going to put it through the bottom bead right under that first white one, starting to form an X right there. So you're going to keep going back and forth and doing that all the way around. I've done almost all of them. Now I'm going to do my last one. And string it through this bead. So you should have all these X's on there, and you're going to tighten them. And it's usually easier to tighten them like halfway through, so you don't have to pull all these strings. And you're just going to follow the pattern that you went, pulling the strings tighter. So you should have 1 row of X's on the X cuff. So now you're going to start on your second row down here, and there will be 3 rows. You should be coming out of one of the pink beads. What you're going to do is string, this is the one that's coming out of, string down through these 2 purple beads. Make sure you try and keep it tight. And then you're going to go through this white one. Second white one down. So now we're going to start our second row, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take 2 beads, a center bead, and 2 more beads. And we're going to go, it might be kind of hard to see, we're going to go to this next one next to it, like what we were doing at the top, and string it through. and it should make a point like that. And you're going to do that all the way around. Strung all the points onto the second row. So what you're going to do is do that same thing where you go up through the purple beads out of the pink one. And then you're going to take 2 purple beads and you're going to string down across, so it should be the second to last one. And then you're going to do 2 more. And you're going to do this pattern all the way around again. I made my second row of X's and I am coming out of this pink one. So you're going to do the exact same thing, and this is our last row that we will be doing. We're going to string the beads through these 2 purple ones and come out this bottom white one. To do the exact same thing I just showed you guys, because I know it can get confusing if someone doesn't. So 2 purple ones, pink one, and 2 more purple. And you're going to string it through this white one right next to it to make a point again. You're going to do that all the way around. Do it again. Go through these 2 purple beads and out this pink one. And you're always going to want to go forward, not back. 2 purple beads. String them on there. String them through this very last white bead, which should be at the top now if you flipped it over. And then you're going to string 2 more purple beads on there and go up to this pink one. You're going to do that all the way around. 3 rows of extended X's on the cuff. They should all look like that though. So it should look like this from the top. This is optional to what you can do from this point. There's a lot of things you can do, like for example, I just made one where I strung beads just like through here, and it usually takes like 4 pony beads. You can string them through here and just go around and make a design. You can do it on both sides, or you can do like really wide X's, make another X. I'm going to do another row of X's on top. So you tie on that string, you're going to string it through to make sure that it's coming out of this very top pink bead. So go through the purple beads, out. And so the colors I'm going to be using are these teal ones, and you just do basically the same thing. You do 2 beads, a center bead, and 2 beads. And you're going to take that and string it through diagonally to this one over here. Do the same thing right here. Hi, you want to be in the video? You're going to string beads like this, and then you're going to string it up through this top pink one. So you're going in like a zigzag pattern. And you can do it this way, or you could do it the way I did with the points. It just depends. I just wanted to show you guys both ways. And you're going to do that all the way around. And so now you are going to string through these 2 beads and come out of this middle bead. 2 of the blue beads, slip them on there. And then you're going to go up through this pink one. So it's a lot like the process we were just doing. And then you're going to put 2 more blue beads on there and string down into the middle of this row and go through the string 2 beads on and go down this way, and 2 beads up, 2 beads up, 2 beads down, and you're going to do that all the way. This is what I made so far, and I just continued and made a second row of X's right here, so it's 2 X's. And at this point you can do whatever the hell you want with this. Just go crazy, do what you want. This is the finished product. That's what the top looks like. And that's what the sides look like. 3D epic cuff. I hope this video was helpful. And if you want any more candy-like videos, be sure to comment in this video what you want to see. So thanks for watching, guys.